Hey everybody, Trapper Dan here. I told you on the last episode I'd be working on a lot of fur shed upgrades, and I got kind of in a groove this last season with using my fur shed a lot, being out here for extended periods of fur handling or fur education episodes or whatever. And I put in a wood stove last year. Before that I had a kerosene stove out here, and that was giving me headaches. So the wood stove worked great, but it was temporary heat, meaning just like any wood stove, it's radiating and heating while you're burning it. But I wanted to have some lingering heat, and that means insulation. So I did a little research and I found this stuff here. It's called Prodex, and this is the rustic version. So apparently Prodex is a type of insulation that people are using in steel buildings and sheds like this. I thought it was perfect for me because I didn't want to go through fiberglass insulation or foam board. I don't know exactly all the specs on this. I'll do a little research and share that with you here on the screen, but supposedly it has like a moisture resistance and it's reflective, and the R value is pretty high for the actual thickness of it. It's like pretty thin, and it's a fake wood grain, but I got this wood grain texture, which is gonna keep that look and feel of my fur shed. I didn't want to have the whole thing being white with writing or this reflective silver everywhere. So I thought that was a pretty cool option. I got it just mail order at insulationforless.com or something like that, and a couple rolls. So I kind of did a guesstimate of my square footage, but I'm gonna just work on getting my shed cleaned out and starting with the ceiling first and stapling this up and getting my whole ceiling done, and then we'll see about how much I want to dig into the other areas. I might leave some walls still uninsulated unless I have extra, but yeah, this is going to be a big project here, and I have a couple other things going on for the fur shed that I think are going to be really unique and help me this season. But yeah, here we go with insulating the fur shed. Right now, the only time I can work in the fur shed is nighttime because it's so freaking hot out here. Anybody that has any sort of outdoor shed knows they cook in the summer. So I have a spare window air conditioner, and I'm gonna throw it in this wall here. So I cut this center stud out and built a little frame here, just putting in a few more screws, and then I'll cut out a little window for it. One more screw over here. Shout out to Uncle Murph. I'm no carpenter, but we drew these designs here while we were camping, and he showed me how to make this. Hello world. Yeah, here comes the bugs too, probably. Perfect. Guess what? It doesn't fit because I didn't account for this big lump on the bottom. This little lump along the bottom that I didn't realize was going to block me, but I shaved a little wood off. There we go. That's all it took. I just had to shave a little bit off, so it's a tight fit, but that's kind of what I wanted. And yeah, I could use that extra 2x4 over here, but the other thing is it's slightly tilting outside, which is good. So I'll put that other 2x4 here, and then during the day, I'll caulk around the outside of it. And we're gonna be chilling in the fur shed. It's not screwed in yet, but here's the test. I'll plug her in. Wow. Fan speed high. Awesome. Blowing cold air in the fur shed. That's not something I ever thought I'd do. But we're going to insulate this, and it's going to be cool in the summer, and fire up the fire stove, and it'll stay warm in the winter. I got these cables that are up in between the studs for hanging all my box traps and stuff, so it's a little hard to get the insulation to tuck behind the cable because it's getting caught on the roofing nails, but I'll work it out. A little bit more. Now, what's kind of nice is the roofing nails are holding it in place once I do want it where I want it. Yeah, I'll staple some of the spots that might pop out. Well, all I have to say is thank God the air conditioner's in because the fur shed, it's like 100 degrees outside today, and it feels pretty good in here. I'm hot because I've been going in and out and cutting all the insulation strips, so this stuff is really, really easy to work with. I hope it works well. I mean, I think it is already. Over here, I just put a door panel on so you can see the difference in the doors. So bare wood and insulation, and I got another one right here I'm gonna stick up on the other door, and I'm just stapling those in place. I found if you cut the stuff like 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch too big, when you stuff in, it just fits and it holds in place for you, and then you just staple it. Perfect. You know what I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna take my little trim of insulation and put it on the seams of the door so that it'll just close onto it. I'll have plenty of little trim. Well, one thing for sure, us trappers are hard workers. trapping takes work ethic, and although this is maybe the boring content, summertime trapping content, I feel really good right now. I feel really good that I got this whole ceiling of my shed insulated, my doors insulated, and I still have a whole nother roll. I have a whole nother roll of Protex. So I'm gonna start working on the walls, and it's a bit of a pain because I have to move a lot of stuff, but it's kind of clean out the shed time too. But yeah, it's feeling good that it's working. I'm working on the door here, and I actually put some insulation all along the edges of the door, so that, and even up onto this edge here, so when I close it, basically it seals pretty good. There's a couple air spots, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this on the inside door, and that will totally seal the whole thing up. On the walls of the fur shed, I'm going to start insulating those next, and I'm going to start with the north wall and the back wall, and then I'll see the south side wall will be the one that I'll leave last in case I don't have enough for this season. But it's turning out really good. It's helping to hold the AC in here right now, and yeah, I look like hell probably because I've been out in the 100-degree sun cutting insulation, and sometimes with the shiny side towards me, which is not too smart. So yeah, just keeping you up to date. Anybody who's following Trapper Snore, this is what's going on at the Trapper Snore fur shed. It's getting set up for some really good content for this coming trapping season, including a nice warm spot to have a studio for some fur shed education episodes. So that's what I'm doing this for, to have a comfortable place to do my fur handling, but also kind of a home base office for Trapper Snore. I'll give you a little teaser on what I'm doing next. So this here is my gambrel, as you can see, and I have it on a pulley system. So it's pretty easy to bring the animals up. My little spotlight there, because a lot of light when you're skinning is really nice. I started with this pulley system because I wanted to be able to, of course, lift the animals, but for the most of my years, since 2017 trapping now, I wanted to skin mainly by hand. And this is just my own philosophy, is that when you learn to do something by hand without machine help, you learn a lot better about what the animal's like, what the hide's like. You're not going to rip hides because you're going to have a sense of the hide and how tough it is to get it off the animal. Anyways, I'm over that. Sort of. Like I will use the pulley system probably for the smaller animals, and I might even have a bobcat I just want to go slow and careful with that I'll just hoist up on there. But you might be getting to what I'm going to tell you next. I am going to put a winch up. So it's down here. It's buried in my mess in here, but I have a winch in a box down here, and I'm going to mount that winch up. This is the Skinner's Friend, and I'll be doing a review on this season when I start getting some animals to skin. But what this does is it's basically a board that you put your foot on, and you can press on this while you have these fur gripping vice grips on your hide. And I found this, I love this system. I like it because, again, it's still kind of working by hand. I'm using two hands. I don't have to pull down on the hide with one hand and try to cut with another. I have one foot on this board pushing, and that pulls the hide down while it's clamped on with this, and then I can work with two other hands. So I really like this Skinner's Friend in my pulley system, but I'm going to move to a winch system, specifically for coyotes and those tougher animals, and definitely for coons. And I'm going to do something that I haven't seen anybody do this yet, but I'm going to rig up a double Skinner's Friend system with the winch. So more about that in the next episode. This is what I could get done in the fur shed for this week. Real happy with it, but a few more things to do before that season gets closer. If you like that Skinner's Friend system like I do, and you know what, especially for kids, it's really good for kids because they don't have that arm strength or body weight, so they can step on that board and use two hands. In fact, I think the inventor started out making it for his kids. Here's the thing, I might be able to get you a discount on that. I'm working on a coupon, so hold up and look for one of my future episodes, and we're going to talk about that Skinner's Friend once I have the winch up, and then I'll get a coupon for you, so if you want to buy that, you can get a deal. Trail camera work, and here I am in the backyard. You see this little girl or guy. They like to hide them out right here in the nice, cool, swampy. We're right on the edge of the pond. And they're always so cute. The spots and everything. Willie's watching with me. He's like, what is it? It's a little fawn, buddy. Perfect little hiding spot. And we were just here setting up a new camera just to sort of watch the backyard here, because the foxes, the bobcats, the deer, everything come through here. So I'd like to see exactly where. Snap this guy closed. Yeah, we got it, Willie. We're all set. Jeez. Likes being back on the trap line. Remember, guys, Trappers Snore, sustainable, natural, organic, and renewable resource. Catch you on the next one.